Hey, it's me, Steph from Happy Place to Grow, and as you can see, I am here at home and not in my classroom, and that's because it is still winter break. However, as a classroom teacher, we're always thinking about the future and what we're going to be working with on when we get back from break. So I'm going to be bringing to you a few of my fun winter activities. This is video number 1 in my winter learning series, and the focus of this video is snowflakes. Who doesn't love snowflakes? I mean, you may not like a large amount of snow, but everybody loves to learn about snowflakes. Now, what I like to do first with my students is talk about the facts. So I always gather, my school participates in Weekly Reader or Scholastic Reader. These are two that I have from years. I always like to keep my copies, and so I have student copies and a large teacher copy. This one just simply states some facts. I like this little newspaper, and I love the Scholastic News or Weekly Reader because it brings the students to a nonfiction resource that's not intimidating. It's really easy for them to navigate. This one talks about how snowflakes are formed and why it snows, and then gives them some really cool facts, like the largest snowflake ever found was this long. So we go over those quick facts, and then to close off my first day of talking about the season of winter and focusing on snowflakes is to actually make a paper snowflake. This is going to be a really easy activity for students of all ages to participate in. I actually have a copy. I think, let me see what the resource is on this. The name of the magazine was called Teacher's Friend. Again, if you've followed me for any length of time, you know I've been teaching a long time, and I've just collected a lot of activities over the years. This one already has the snowflake stencil for the students, and it's an easy activity for them to follow. If you don't have this, as you probably won't, you can take a circle shape and have the students, or you can pre-trace. I like this paper because it also has the dashed shapes for them to fold correctly. So if you do happen to want to make and trace, you might want to put those dashes in there too. And you can talk about the fact that if they're tracing a circle and then they are making a line in the center to give the circle 2 equal parts, because the first fold of this is going to be in half. So again, even though you're working on snowflakes, you can also be talking about math. I love to just multitask with teaching ideas because it saves a lot of time. This is pretty easy. Step number 1 is the cutout circle shape. And you know, you can talk to them about the fact that snowflakes are very unique when they fall, because they all fall differently as they collect particles of dust and they fall. That's why all the snowflakes that are found, they've never really, it would be almost impossible for 2 to form alike, although they could, I guess, technically. So that's the start. And then they're going to fold in half on that line. Again, my paper model has the fold already in there. We talk about now, and I was like, bring up food. I love food. Taco shape in half. And then there's another fold for them like that. And then finally, you've got that 4th one, which is a little bit tricky for small hands, so you're probably going to have to go around, and then you've got, that's all that's left. Now, this is the fun part, although I always model for my students first, because again, it's going to make a unique everyone's going to have a unique snowflake on this one. So we talk about that you're going to come in with your scissors and you can do all kinds of different shapes. You just don't want to cut all the way through. And you do have kids that do that. They can go all the way down and around. They can make zigzags and they can make curls and they can make straight lines and needles, and they can go all the way around up into, and when they're finished, it doesn't look like much, but then they unfold the uniqueness and the beauty of their snowflake, paper snowflakes. It's the first and easiest little activity that I love to do as I'm talking about winter and the facts about winter and snowflakes. Also, I love to include video. There's 2 videos that I will let you know about in my description box. Scishow Kids, Where Does Snow Come From? And also Colossal Questions YouTube channel, and it talks about the fact, it answers the question, are there 2 snowflakes that are ever alike? So those are 2 videos that I like to include also with my scholastic news and my learning activities about winter and snowflakes. I love to have different resources for my students. Okay, all right, I'm going to close up. Hopefully you will get to enjoy this activity with your students when you get back to school. And these are always fun to laminate, and I always hang them in my window the whole month of January. All right, until our next winter fun activity video, as always, have a good one.